This stuff gets me so fired up. As you can see, the fit is pretty fantastic, and socks, shorts, and kit. But that is not what we're here to talk about today. All right, fam, so it has been several weeks now, almost a month and a half of this registration situation being an absolute cluster, and it is becoming quite frustrating from my end. However, I wanted to give you guys a few tips about things you can do when things that are out of your control aren't going your way. Anything can happen in football, and it's really important to keep positive. Number one, actually, I would almost argue stay neutral, maybe, and do the things that you can control. So we're gonna go over a few things. I'm gonna overlay some footage of a training session that I did today. But first, I wanna talk really quickly. We're gonna fast forward to the training session where I explain what's gonna happen, and then we'll be back in just a sec.
All right, so 15 minutes of 1842s, 18 seconds all the way there, 42 seconds back. So it's a constant run. I'm gonna go 15 minutes of it, so it's gonna suck probably, but we'll see how it goes. We'll get footage of the first one, the middle one, and then the last session where I'm just gonna be absolutely dead. So here we go.
Okay, so the importance of doing what you can with what you have. So in my situation, I am allowed to train and I'm allowed to do basically anything that a normal footballer and pro would be able to do, just without the actual game minutes. So I can't travel with the team, I can't do anything else. What that does give me the opportunity to do is while the team is playing, I get to stay on the same schedule as them, and basically when a team is playing and the team has a game day, I'm gonna essentially mimic that type of load on my body in the day that they're playing, and that way when they get back and they have the rest days, I'll be able to mimic that rest day and do the same exact thing that they do when they're doing the rest day. That way when they come back, say we play on a Saturday and then we have Sunday off and Monday off, I'll do a light session on Monday, have the Sunday off after my really hard session, and then Tuesday I'll be ready and flying, and I'll be in an even better position than the players who maybe sat the bench in that game. The reason for that is they probably didn't get a super hard workout in, and they didn't improve their fitness more than they already are fit. And it's not a competition by any means, but what it is making sure that I'm loading myself in the way that the starting players are, so that when I get to that point where I'm playing minutes and I'm starting and I play 90 minutes, I'm fully fit and even fitter than some of the guys that are on the bench right now, because I'm able to have I did all that work when I didn't have my registration figured out and I didn't have some of this other stuff sorted. And so it's able to give me a leg up when I do get to that point where I'm playing full pace and 90 minutes every single game. Also, by the way, if you are interested in any of the Zypher stuff, including their awesome grip socks or the socks without the grip, hit that link in the description box below and you get 10% off with code BEAWESOME. So you might be asking, what kind of things can you do on a game day when your team is away or you are getting back into a team, maybe for college or something? If you're in a situation like me, bottom line, if you're not playing and you want to be fitter, this is something that I started doing back in high school, my freshman year when I was 13 and 14 years old, and it has paid off in dividends since then. So what happens is, what are the facts? So we go straight to neutral, right? So the fact is, I'm not gonna be able to train with the team, I'm not gonna be able to play games with the team. And so what does that allow me to do? That allows me to fit in the things that I would do with the team, but just doing on my own. So whether that's fitness, whether that's lifting, whether that's loading my body in a little bit of a different way based on how I'm feeling, it's a fantastic way to get your leg up as soon as you become eligible and you get into a team and you've proved yourself enough and you get into that moment where you're fighting for a starting spot. It allows you to get a leg up on those players again that haven't been playing but are still on the bench. So what you can do is, I would recommend in high school, what I would do is, if I didn't get a lot of playing time, let's say I played the last 10 minutes of a 90-minute game in high school, I would run home from my high school, or I would do extra fitness when I got home, because those are game days that are meant to be loaded heavily. Similar now, as you're watching this footage of me doing sprints, and I did a lift that day, and then I also did the stairs at the stadium, the local high school stadium. What it does is it allows my body to essentially convince itself that I am in a game situation and I am in game day mode, and so that when I get to the Saturdays or the Sundays when I am playing games, my body is ready to go and it understands that, okay, yep, this is when I'm supposed to be loaded heavily and my body's prepared for it. I've got the proper nutrition, stretching, mobility, all that stuff covered. So hopefully that helps with any sort of questions about when you aren't playing, what are the things that you can do? Again, it all comes down to progressively loading your body. So if you can follow the same schedule as your team, if you're not in a situation where you're playing, always make sure to play and train even harder on the days that the team is playing a game, because then you'll get used to that rhythm and you'll be flying on all cylinders when you come back. If you have any questions about this type of mentality, if you have questions about staying neutral, definitely hit me up on Instagram at noah.cavanaugh if you have any personal questions, or throw them down in the comments and let's have conversations about it. I think this is a topic that often gets overlooked, and it often gets looked at as, oh, that player's not playing because of whatever reason, they must have an issue, and we don't want to address the stuff that really kind of sucks sometimes when you're in it. I'm at a professional level and I can't play for a reason that's completely out of my control, and that sucks. But we're gonna move forward. We're gonna do all the things that I can with my body now. I've been loading it properly, and once I get back on the pitch, it's gonna be a no-brainer, and I know that I will have the fitness level of the fittest guy on the pitch, and we'll go from there. So again, make sure you ask questions. It is always okay to hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. If you've ever been in a situation like that before, I would love to hear about it. And I think it's really important to bring that information to the community that we're building here, because it allows other people to talk about it and really help work through those things, because it can suck sometimes, especially at a youth level when you're trying to get places and you feel like you don't have the connections, right? So it's really important, but we're definitely supportive here. So that's a huge thing. That is it for the video, guys. Short one today, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. As always, be awesome, take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.